Hello everyone, I'm Shruti Parashar. I welcome you to my channel Biology 360. Today I'm going to discuss the topic cell membrane. This topic is useful for the students studying in ICSE, CBSE, IGCSE and HSC board, and also for the students preparing for various competitive exams like NEET, AIIMS and Olympiad. The cell membrane is mainly composed of lipids and proteins. So the main component of the cell membrane are the lipids and the proteins. The major lipids are phospholipids that are arranged in a bilayer. So in a cell membrane, the lipids are arranged in two layer or in a bilayer. Also, the lipids are arranged within the membrane with the polar head towards the outer side and the hydrophobic tails towards the inner part. This ensures that the non-polar tail of saturated hydrocarbon is protected from the aqueous environment. So in a cell membrane, the lipids, they have two regions. They have a head and they have a tail. So the head is polar in nature and it is arranged on the outer side of the cell membrane. Whereas the tails, they are hydrophobic and they are arranged towards the inner part. Biochemical investigation clearly revealed that the cell membrane also possesses protein and carbohydrate. Depending on the ease of extraction, membrane proteins can be classified as integral and peripheral proteins. So in a cell membrane, there are proteins present. So these proteins, they are classified as integral proteins and peripheral proteins. Peripheral proteins lie on the surface of membrane, while the integral proteins are partially or totally buried in the membrane. An improved model of the structure of cell membrane was proposed by Singer and Nicholson in 1972. It is widely accepted as fluid mosaic model. Students, kindly remember the name of these two scientists, Singer and Nicholson. They put forward the structure of cell membrane, and this model is called as fluid mosaic model. According to this, the quasi-fluid nature of lipid enables lateral movement of proteins within the overall bilayer. This ability to move within the membrane is measured as its fluidity. The fluid nature of the membrane is important from the point of view of functions like cell growth, formation of intracellular junction, secretion, endocytosis, and cell division. So in this slide, we see a diagram of fluid mosaic model of cell membrane. In the diagram, we see the lipids are arranged in bilayer. The head are pointing on the outer side and the tails are pointing towards the inner side. Also, we see variety of proteins inside the cell membrane. We have globular protein, chitinal protein, peripheral protein, and integral protein. This diagram is very important in exams. So students often get the question to draw a well-labeled diagram of fluid mosaic model of cell membrane. One of the most important functions of the plasma membrane is the transport of the molecules across it. So plasma membrane or the cell membrane, they help in transport of molecules. Many molecules can move briefly across the membrane without any requirement of energy, and this is called the passive transport. So when a molecule moves across the cell membrane without utilizing ATP or energy, it is called passive transport. Water may also move across this membrane from higher to lower concentration. Movement of water by diffusion is called osmosis. As the polar molecules cannot pass through the non-polar lipid layer, they require a carrier protein of the membrane to facilitate their transport across the membrane. A few molecules are transported across the membrane against their concentration gradient. Such a transport is an energy dependent process and it is called active transport. So in active transport, the molecules are transported against their concentration gradient. And to move against their concentration gradient, they require energy in the form of ATP. Friends, do subscribe to my channel Biology 360 to get all the latest videos on biology subject. Thank you.